What is up, my butter biscuits? In today's video, we have another review for you guys. Obviously, as you guys can tell by the title of today's video, I did let you guys know recently that the more likes you guys give on videos for reviews, I will do them. And as you guys know, I just did a review of the Painted by James Charles. And y'all, that video kind of like blew up and got a lot of likes on it. And I did let you guys know within that video, if it gets a lot of thumbs up, I'll do more reviews. So within today's video, we're reviewing the brand new Makeup by Mario Surreal Awakening Concealer. And this one seems like it's going to be really good. As you guys know, I do love the foundation, so I do have high expectations for this. Also, before jumping into this video, just letting you guys know, if you guys want more reviews, I would be so more than happy to do that. I obviously put it off for the longest time only because I let you guys know that like nobody really watches my reviews, so then obviously I'm very like discouraged to do them. Do you know what I mean? But recently you guys have been DMing me, as well as I gotten some emails too of people telling me that I need to do more reviews, and I literally love reviewing product. I just stopped doing it for a while because the views just weren't there. You know what I'm saying? Just keeping it real with you guys. So I'm like, y'all, I got a couple more reviews coming in. I'm going to be doing a review of the HD Skin Concealer from Makeup Forever, as well as I did get the new Fenty stick that I'm really excited about because y'all know I love the eavesdrop, so I really am curious to know how the stick is. I'm going to actually film that tomorrow, so that'll be coming soon as well too. But within today's video, this is Makeup by Mario. So anyways, y'all, let me not ramble. I'm going to try my hardest to make my reviews at kind of like, you know, I'm hoping under 15 minutes. I just feel like I talk so much, obviously. And then when you're talking about a product, there's a lot of like notes to mention as well too. So that's why it gets lengthy, but let me shut up. Let's go ahead and get into it. Make sure you guys click the link down below. Head over to my second channel. That's my travel channel with my brother. Go show some love over there. Give this video a big thumbs up. Make sure you guys give thumbs ups if you guys like more reviews. That obviously lets me know that you guys want to see more. So make sure you guys give a thumbs up and let's go ahead and get into it. Just letting you guys know, my skin is already prepped. I went in with the Hyper Real Serumizer by MAC, as well as the Hyper Real Skin Canvas Balm. These have been my two favorite products. I'm actually almost out of the serum. I have like literally maybe like 2 days left of this. I've been loving this moisturizer, as you guys know. So that's what my skin is prepped with. And then as for primer, I kind of just went in with MAC Fix Plus. I'm gonna go ahead and read some of the claims for you guys about this concealer, but I just do want to let you guys know the shade 200 is the shade that I got, and it seems to be the most popular because it sold out literally right away, and it was a mission for me to get. And it was so weird that yesterday Hurricane Hillary hit, and y'all, Sephora literally closed 4 hours early because of the hurricane, and I was sitting over here like, y'all, like the streets were not flooded, it was not windy, like there was really no like hurricane. I know maybe they were probably doing that as a precaution, I guess, but it was just really weird to me. Well, actually, I don't even know if it was a precaution because the lady, she ended up giving my online order, but the thing was is that she had said, oh, we barely got the call at 3 p.m. from the higher ups because they were supposed to close at 8 p.m. and then they said that they had closed at 4, so they barely had gotten told an hour early. So I was like, that's a little bit weird. I was just like, I don't understand why all these places, the gym was closed, and I was like, it's barely even raining. Like, y'all, if you guys live in the like Long Beach, like I drove down to OC, I drove down to South Coast Plaza. If you guys live around that area, you guys know it really wasn't bad at all. Like, I feel like this was hyped up. Anyway, so let me go ahead and read this. Once again, I am in the shade 200. I am in the shade 8N in the foundation, just in case you guys are curious. So this is what it says right here. It says what it is: a pro performance multi-use concealer that visibly lifts, blurs, and brightens your under eyes and complexion for an awakened appearance. The coverage is medium. The finish is natural. Also, by the way, Mario himself did say that this is self-setting. I will not be setting it on one eye and then setting it on one eye, but I'm just going to be honest with you guys. I'm doing that obviously for the sake of the video. That is not something that I would do. I know a lot of concealers claim to be self-setting, but I just feel like if you don't set it, it's gonna crease, especially underneath my eyes, it will crease. So I'm just gonna do that for the sake of the video though. So this is what it says right here: highlighted ingredients. It has caffeine, which visibly reduces puffiness and dark circles, and then it has fermented marine microorganisms that smooth skin with collagen like stimulation and visibly tightening effect. And then also it does say at the clinical results, it says in a US consumer study of 32 women, 96% agreed that the concealer felt weightless on skin, 93% agreed it provided medium to full coverage, and 90% agreed that it did hide under eye circles. Now, I do want to let you guys know before getting into this, my current favorite concealer, well, actually, it's been my favorite for, I want to say maybe the past 2 years now, is the KVD Good Apple Concealer. I absolutely love that. I feel like a little bit goes a long way, and it does not crease on me whatsoever. So let me go ahead and zoom you guys in, and let's go ahead and get this review started. Y'all, sorry by the way, in my Painted review, I had my auto focus off. That's why I was like, oh my God, looking back at that video, I was like, why is it like in and out of focus so bad? So now I have the face autofocus on, so don't worry. Anyways, this is what the unicarton looks like right here. Very simplistic. As you guys know, Makeup by Mario Mario is very, very simple, which I do like. Also, I just want to mention that it is very hard to open. I had to rip the bottom part open. And then this is what the actual component looks like right here. It's very reminiscent of the foundation, which I know this may not matter to a lot of people, but I don't know why for some reason it kind of irks me that this is so crooked. Like the labeling here is like completely crooked. And I'm like, your makeup by Mario. And this is $29, which is pretty pricey. By the way, there is 0.2 ounces and 5.8 milliliters if you guys are interested in that. Once again, I am in the shade 200. Now, what I'm going to go ahead and do for the sake of the video, so that way I could use this a little bit more, typically what I do is I put on my foundation and then I do my concealer, but what I'm going to go ahead and do is actually put some on my redness. Oh, wow, some already leaked out, so I guess this is a very leaky formula. So I'm gonna go ahead and just put some on my redness here, and normally what I like to do is let this sit for about a minute or so, let it dry up, and then I'll blend it out and then put on my foundation. Let me see if there's a smell. Oh, is there a smell? I can't tell if there's a smell, y'all. I'm like, I smell a little something. It doesn't smell bad, but I'm like, it may be my hands though, because I did just wash my hands with like the Honolulu scent from Bath & Body Works. Oh, there is a cap lock on here too. I really do like that. I feel like a concealer definitely needs a cap lock, especially because right when I opened it, some already leaked out. I'm going to go ahead and fan myself for just about a minute to let this dry up. Okay, so it's been about a minute. I'm going to go ahead and blend it out. I'm using the Juno & Co. sponge. I really like this sponge. The reason why I let it sit is because I do like it to dry down a little bit, because then the coverage will get more potent in that area rather than blending out. Also, another thing I do want to know about this shade specifically, and what I did say before about the Makeup by Mario foundation, I really appreciate that it is a true neutral. I feel like he is really good with his undertones, which is very appreciated, because I feel like some undertones are just so wrong. Like, you guys know I was telling you guys before about the Hourglass foundation. I was like, who made the shades in that? Like, oh wow, you know what, I think this could actually be a full coverage. I really didn't put too much on. Oh, actually, you know what, now that it blends down, okay, I see the mediumness. Okay, we'll go ahead and do on this side. Now you guys can see all my redness that I'm always talking about. I'm like, ooh, obviously you guys know I wear makeup in like every single video, so you guys never really get to see it. I'm just taking the leftover on my sponge and just going right here where I do have some, I think it's called spider veins or something like that. No, not varicose veins. Some type of veins on my nose, y'all. It looks so busted. I'm like, oh my God, I look like an old man. And then for once, I have my beanie off too, y'all, because it is really hot today. So I'm like, oh, but I will be throwing it on later. That's why I'm not putting anything on my forehead, because I do have other videos to film. But as of right now, I feel like this is a very, very beautiful concealer. It definitely is a little bit more on the medium side. It does seem like you can build it up, but I'm gonna put my foundation on and then I'll put some more on if I have to. So this is what it looks like right here. It definitely does look very beautiful, a very natural finish. I think the foundation actually has more of a dewiness to it, because within his foundation, there is very, very finely milled, I don't know if it's like shimmer or like some type of light reflectiveness within the foundation, which I actually do like. I think it adds a pretty touch to the foundation. It's not overly done, but this is what it looks like right now. I'm going to go ahead and do my foundation off camera, and then we'll go ahead and do underneath my eyes with this concealer. Okay, so I put my beanie on so that way there is no distraction with my big ass forehead. Y'all know that looks like Mount Everest. So I'm like, let's go ahead and focus on this because there's no foundation up here. Just in case you guys are wondering, for my foundation, I do mix a shade 6 as well as a, oh, the shade came off on the bottom of this one, but I want to say it's like 5.9. I think I mixed these two. This is the Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk foundation. Now I do want to say for this side, this is my less red side. I do feel like it did cover pretty well with that. However, right here I am going to put a little bit more. Now on my right side, I am not going to be setting the foundation, and on the left side I will be. I'm just letting you guys know. I know I don't know, I feel like not very many people do that. Like, don't you want to set it a little bit? You know what I mean? I feel like it's kind of weird to not set it, but I guess like for the very, very natural people out there. So I'm gonna go ahead and just put some right here because this is where I need the most coverage, and then I just take a little dot right out here. Same for this side. Also, just in case you guys are curious, I really do like to match my concealer. I don't like too much of a brightener, you know what I'm saying? I do feel like, obviously, with the pigmentation underneath my eyes, I feel like if I were to like get something brighter, then I'm gonna have to color correct, because if I put something brighter on top of it, it may have the potential of looking a little bit gray. So I'm gonna go ahead and let this sit in for about a minute as well too. So take my little fan and dry this out. Okay, so it's been about a minute. I'm gonna go ahead and take the Fenty sponge to blend this out. I know this is really weird, but I really like the Fenty sponge for underneath the eye. I guess this little shape right here. I love the Juno one for the rest of my face, but under my eye, I love this sponge. So let's go ahead and blend this out. Actually, I do feel like that does brighten, for it actually matching my skin tone pretty good. I was like, oh wow, that is actually kind of bright, as you guys can see from right there. Now let me go ahead and blend this out too. Let's see how well it builds. Now this doesn't have any claims of being like crease proof, but I just already know this side it's gonna crease. I can already tell. So I don't know, we'll give it a little bit more time obviously to self-set, and I will be doing a little bit of a wear test. I don't know how long I'll have it on for, but long enough so that way I can give you guys a full thorough review. But this one, let me go ahead and blend out, and then I will set. So this side right here, I'm gonna go ahead and set it right here with the Hourglass Veil powder. Y'all know I love this powder. It is very expensive, but I do have to say, I feel like it's worth it. Sometimes more of the luxury stuff is really worth it, especially like when it comes down to powders and foundations, in my opinion. Obviously, everybody, you know, has their own opinion, but I'm gonna go ahead and take a little powder puff right here from Beauty Blender, I think it's called. And we'll just go ahead and set that. I will be setting the rest of my face, just not my under eye, because I feel like I'm gonna look way too different. I do have other videos to film, so I'm like, I gotta set the rest of my face, but not my under eye. Okay, so I look a little busted, obviously, because I am going to put some bronzer on off camera, but this is what it looks like. Once again, this is the set side right here. Let me go ahead and look up, and then this is the non-set side. I was so tempted to set it, but I was like, let me just not for the sake of the video, so that way you guys that don't like to set your concealer, you guys know what it'll be like. I do have to say, as of right now, it's probably been about 5 minutes because I was on the phone. I feel like it's actually not so bad. I was like, you know what, at first I was like, this is going to crease a lot, but as of right now, it is a little creasing, but it's not. Like, if it were to stay like this for like maybe 4 to even 8 hours, 8 hours is probably asking for a little bit too much, but even if it stays like this for 4 hours, I don't think this is too bad. I am probably going to be keeping this on, I don't know, maybe around 3 to 4 hours. We will do a check-in in just a bit. It is currently 3:43 p.m. right now, so I will keep this on. I don't know how long. You guys will see obviously by the end of this video. So far, I actually really do like it. I definitely do feel like it is buildable. Once again, this doesn't have any claims of like lasting for like 24 hours or anything like that, so I don't feel the need to like keep it on for too long, but I will definitely do a wear test to let you guys know. As of right now, I do like it, so I'll do a check-in in a little bit and let you guys know how I like it. All right, y'all, so it's actually only 6:01, so I haven't even had this on for 3 hours yet. I do want to go ahead and show you guys the reason why. I already know my answer about how I feel about this. This right here is the side that is not set, and then this is the side that is. I do have to say, obviously with this side right here, you can definitely see more texture, but this side is also already creasing as well too. I wouldn't say that the creasing is severe. I don't know if you guys can tell from the camera. I'll go ahead and like zoom it all the way in, so hopefully that way you guys can see. I definitely do have to say, me personally, I wouldn't use this unset, but if you guys have like no wrinkles at all under your eyes, I definitely don't think that you do have to set it. Now, in my personal opinion, I don't think this actually looks so bad for it not being set, because I have tried other concealers before that I haven't set so well, and I'm like, ooh, they will crease up. Because this formula is a little bit more on the thin side, I do want to say it did blend out very well, and the coverage is pretty good. I definitely do think that you can get a medium to full coverage. Now, to be honest with you guys, the reason why I'm just kind of like, okay, I'm ready to close out this video is because it's definitely not going to be my favorite concealer. Do I think it's a good concealer? Yes, I do. If I did have to rate it, I probably would give it a 3 stars out of 5. Honestly, because this creasing to me is just not good, especially after 2 hours. And I want to let you guys know, this powder right here, I've tried so many concealers. I can actually even use my Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk Foundation as concealer under my eye and set it with this powder right here, and it does not crease. So the fact that this actually already creased is like, no. As you guys know, the KVD Good Apple Concealer is my personal favorite concealer, and honestly, y'all, that one does not crease on me at all, like literally at all. I can have it on for 8 hours and it's not going to crease, especially with this powder. So that's why I'm like, yes, I do think this is a good coverage concealer. I think it looks nice underneath my eye. It doesn't emphasize texture. As you guys know, I've told you guys before, I have all those types of little bumps underneath your eye that looks like goosebumps. And honestly, I do see when some concealers are really, really like thick, they do emphasize that texture. Say for example, like the Hourglass one. The Hourglass one has great coverage, but it did emphasize my texture underneath my eye. This didn't do that. I just am bothered at the creasing, especially being that it's pretty much only been about 2.5 hours since I've had it on. So that's why I'm like, oh no. After having it on for a little bit, I do have to say I would give it a 3 stars for sure. It's definitely not my favorite, but it's not really bad. If you guys don't have any type of creasing underneath your eye, I think that you may like this, but for me, it didn't. But the good things is that it did brighten. It is a good coverage, and I did actually like the feel of it. It doesn't really feel like I have anything on at all. It's a very, very lightweight filling concealer, but the creasing for me is just like, okay, it's not going to be my favorite. I planned on leaving it on longer, but then I'm like, what for? It's not like the creasing is going to get any better. Do you know what I'm saying? It obviously already started creasing. To be honest with you guys, I noticed it started creasing maybe about an hour already after wearing it. And I was like, oh, okay, it's not as good as my KVD. So that is it for this video. I definitely do like the foundation. I want to say this is something that I would probably use as a foundation throughout my face, because I definitely do like the way it looks on my cheeks. It's definitely nice there. But when it comes down to the creasing on the under eye, it's not going to be my favorite for under eye. But this may be good for spot concealing, because I did like the way it looked on my cheeks. So that is it for this video. video, make sure you guys give it a big thumbs up. If you guys want more reviews, make sure you guys are hitting the thumbs up button. That's how it lets me know that you guys want more reviews. So if you guys have this, make sure you guys let me know how you like it. And yeah, I'll catch you guys in my next video. Peace out, Girl Scout.